Barber, City Council Member Margaret Chip, Imam Faisal, Daisy Khan, Muslim Public Affairs Council, Laya Mahmoud, Trinity Church on Wall Street, Reverend Annan and Melanie, the Islamic Council of America. We are also here with Mohammed Nazar Hussein, Court 1 and Union Court Chair, Bennett, as well as Catherine State Hughes, the Vice Chair, Rose Sheff, Chair of the Financial District Committee. We're also here by the representatives of the Mosque of Islamic Brotherhood, the Tannenbaum Institute for Interreligious Understanding, David Breck District Leader, and others who will announce throughout the broadcast. Let me be blunt. Terror thug Mark Williamson is so afraid of unity in this country and in this community that his spewing of racial hatred reminds me of equally dangerous individuals throughout history. Thug Williamson is no different than Hitler in Nazi Germany, Pol Pot in Cambodia, in Bosnia, people slaughtered innocent individuals, and unfortunately in our own country, Thug Williamson is no different than Bill Connor. He showed up, people like him in Selma, Alabama. He reminds me of David Duke from Louisiana. The history of people like him in our country and throughout the world, unfortunately, always rears its ugly head just at a time when good people of like mind come together to pursue cultural and ethnic tolerance among all our people. That's what this process in Lower Manhattan has been about. It's not been about hatred. It has not been about disgracing other religions. It has not been about getting press attention for your own hatred and your own maniacal problems. Quite frankly, this guy Williamson has been drinking too much tea, and he's putting something in it that we should eventually recognize that he should step down from any kind of leadership role in the Tea Party. He is now somebody who has joined the list of people who are racist bigots, and he joins that list, I know, with great pride, but we're here today in this broad coalition to say we reject him. We reject his bigotry. What's going on in Lower Manhattan is something very beautiful, something he cannot comprehend. People of our community board and our neighborhood have come together to talk about rebuilding Ground Zero, to honor the people who died, to honor the rescue workers, and then to create an opportunity for people of all different backgrounds, all different ways of life, to come together and create their own way of preaching cultural tolerance. That's what this interfaith cultural proposal is all about. That is why we stand today, unified, filled with hope and love, and rejecting this kind of bigotry. You know, when I was a kid, I think, Dan, you probably had the same experience. The same language that was used, monkey, religion, terrorism, all the lines that this guy used, they said that about Jewish people. They said that to my face growing up. And I know that people here today have had their own experiences with that kind of hatred. I'm glad today we can show a new face to unity and diversity. And that's what we're going to do in Lower Manhattan. We reject this clown. We reject his bigotry. We recognize and put him in the same category as every other international bigot and every kind of American bigot that ultimately lost their credibility because we recognize that we are bigger and better than people like this. So with that said, I now want to turn it over to a number of individuals who have practiced what they do to bring this neighborhood together. The first person I want to call, someone who talked with me on the phone early in the morning today, because he recognized that he had to say something, and we did this together. State Senator Dan Scott.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. First of all, I want to thank the borough president for putting this together so quickly, without a moment's hesitation, and my colleague, Councilmember Chin, the members of the community board, the district leaders, and the community and religious leaders who have joined us today. We're standing here with a very, very clear message. Religious intolerance, demagoguery, and fear-mongering have no place in Lower Manhattan. Bigotry has no place in the discussion about rebuilding the World Trade Center or any of the things that happen in the neighborhoods around the World Trade Center site. We are here to say that the way we rebuild, the way that Lower Manhattan has risen against all odds after the horrific attacks of September 11, 2001, has been by coming together, has been by working together as a center for diversity, for tolerance, and for an understanding of the multicultural history that makes America and makes Lower Manhattan as strong as it is. Look, there is no question that every elected official, every community group, every religious organization in Lower Manhattan has an added obligation to the memory of that day. And we are here to say no group, no religion is excluded from stepping up to that obligation and from delivering on the commitment to rebuilding and to remembering that day in a way that lets us move forward stronger than we were before it. That's what this plan would do. That's what this community center is all about. This organization, Cordova, has come to the community board twice on a voluntary basis because they want to be part of the community, because they understand their obligation, just as we all have an obligation, just as we all understand our obligation to the community and to the memory of what happened at the World Trade Center site. The suggestion that anybody is prohibited from participating, or that any religion or cultural group can't be part of our rebuilding and our renewal after September 11th is offensive to what we are, to what we've become, and to what we aspire to be. And we are here today to speak in one voice and say, not Lower Manhattan, not New York City, not 2010, get it out of here. And that's what we're here to do today, together with a unified voice. With that, I'll go back to the borough president and introduce the other speakers. Thank you very much.
Our next speaker is somebody who also speaks a lot about racial justice and bringing the city together, and I'm very glad that the control of the city of New York, John Liu, is joining us today.
Well, I'm really happy to see the borough president and all the elected officials here. Obviously, you know, anybody in this country is entitled to make comments, no matter how stupid they are. The fact of the matter is the person who's saying these incendiary, bigoted statements doesn't really know a whole lot. He's equating terrorists with a faith that is practiced by more and more New Yorkers and Americans. And the fact is that Cordova is creating a mosque in the center of peace right here. And I agree with some of the family members of victims from 9/11 that this is precisely where this kind of center of peace, a place of religious worship, should rise up in the shadows of where the monument will be. I think that is what America is about. That certainly is what New York is about. And this is the best kind of response. Like I said, anybody can say anything they want. It's a free country. We have freedom of speech. But it's the kind of response that a person like Williams will get. This is why we're out here standing in unity to say that we don't tolerate that kind of bigotry and hate. That's not what